I've had a rough week. I went to the dentist and he gave me anaesthetic, but he didn't give me enough so I could still feel it when he put his penis in my mouth. It's been rough. I went to the cash machine and it did that thing. It said, "Do you want an advice slip?" And I pressed yes, and it said, "Kill yourself." So it's been rough. I went to give blood. I didn't know this, that there's rules about giving blood. Like, they won't take your blood if you've just had a tattoo done. They won't take your blood if you've had unprotected anal sex. And they won't take your blood if you've injected heroin. So they wouldn't take my blood, because I've done all of them things in the waiting area. I'm only messing. I ain't got any tattoos. It seems to be, tattoos fall into one of two categories. People either get a tattoo that they've thought about for ages, that has some kind of like deep meaning or symbolism, a tattoo that says something about who they are, or they just get random shit. Like, you go to someone, "Mate, what's that tattoo on your arm?" And they go, that's my brother Jason. He would have been 19 this year, miss him every day. I go, "All right, cool. What's that tattoo on your other arm?" And they go, "That, Sonic the Hedgehog." Yeah, no tattoos. I've got quite long eyelashes for a man. People have always said that thing, if you find an eyelash, you can make a wish, you know that? You get ooh, make a wish. But it never comes true, does it? I found out though, if instead of an eyelash, if you use a pubic hair, the wish does come true. But only if the thing you're wishing for is to no longer work at Subway. It worked for me. I wasn't happy there. And then one day, I just... like, immediately the manager came up to me. And she was like, "Get out." And I was like, "That's fine. If you'll excuse me, I've got 4 more wishes to make." I've been doing stand-up a while. You travel around a lot doing stand-up, which I don't like. Sometimes you have to stay in hotels, and you never know if a hotel room is clean. So what I've ended up doing is I've bought a UV torch. If you don't know what that is, it's this blue light, and you shine it around, and if there's any stains from bodily fluids, they glow in the dark. Right, so I was at a hotel in Skegness, and I switched the light off, and I turned on my UV torch, and it was like fucking Laser Quest in there. There was something, it was on the wall, it was at head height, and it was just smeared. It went on for about 6 feet, just there like that. It's disgusting. Although it did spell out the words "enjoy your stay," so that was kind of nice, I suppose. Don't like travelling. I was getting on a plane recently, and it was one of them ones where at the terminal they make you get on a little coach thing, and then they drive you out to the plane, and you go up steps to get in. And as I was going up the steps, I looked over the side, and I saw the baggage handlers with all the suitcases. And my suitcase was on the top. So I was like quite excited to see my suitcase. You are, aren't you? But then the guy just picked it up and just flung my suitcase. And I was like, "Mate, what are you doing? There's a baby in there." So like traveling, like staying at home. I've got a dog at home. People say a dog is man's best friend, don't they? He's not my best friend. He's not. I like him. He's not my best friend. Because he does stuff that I wouldn't tolerate from a friend. Like, one time, he headbutted me in the face because he was excited to go for a walk. If a person did that, if you were like, "Pete, what do you want to do today?" "Oh, I don't know, mate, don't know." "Do you want to go for a walk?" "Fuck yeah!" "Bring a plastic bag, I'm gonna need a shit." Yeah, he's not my best friend. My wife's probably my best friend. Me and my wife, we have little disagreements. Like, she changed the background picture on my phone to a picture of her, which I don't object to the idea, but she didn't ask me. And the photo that she used is of her having sex with another man. My wife, she works at the NHS and she's on the front lines, so she sees all like injuries and illnesses and death and all this terrible stuff every day, which is very hard for me, because it means I can never complain about my day. Do you know what I mean? Like, we get home and we've both had a bad day, and I go, why was your day bad? And she's like, oh, a car flipped over on the motorway and there's this guy who's got life-changing injuries. I've been treating him for like 12 hours, I haven't had a break or anything. I think I might have PTSD. Why was your day bad? Somebody ate me couscous. What the same with it. We had a baby last year, and my wife, I was very proud of her, right, during the whole, like, the birth and the labour and everything. The whole time she was in hospital, she only swore once, which I thought was quite good. It was a big one. It was the C word. And when she said it, I was like, whoa. You know, just because that's not the first thing I would have said to the baby. Changes your life, having a baby, changes your sex life, because like for the first couple of months you've just got a baby all the time and you have to like have hold of it, you have to know where it is. So my wife, after a couple of months, she was like, how are you supposed to have sex? Because you can't have sex with the baby in the room, that's weird. If you put the baby in another room, then you're like worried about the baby. If it starts crying, you've got to like stop what you're doing, go and check on it, you've got to take off your Nazi uniform, it just messes with it, doesn't it? So she was like, are we supposed to have sex? And then she was like, oh, I know, I'll just Google it. Because we can't be the first people in this situation, I'll just Google it. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she was all on her phone for a second, and I was like, what did you just type into Google? And she was like, how to have sex with a baby? It did kind of solve the problem though, because now my wife's in prison, so I'll leave you with this. I've got, because you have a baby, you have to pick it up and stuff, you can't just leave it on the floor. So it's fucked my shoulder, right? Because I'm small, I'm like 5'5", so my baby is basically the same height as me. And I've got to carry it. So it's fucked my shoulder up, so I went to the doctor and they were like, oh, you've got to go for an x-ray. So when I went for my x-ray, I walked in the room, there's these two women there, and they're like, oh, we're going to do your x-ray, take your shirt off and get in this machine. Now, I don't like taking my shirt off because I'm fat, and I'm also pale. So when I take my shirt off, my body looks like an uncooked chicken. But I'm hairy as well. So it looks like someone's dropped the chicken on like the floor of a barber shop or in a dog's bed. So I take my shirt off and I'm stood in the machine and I can hear them like talking about my results as they're like coming up on the screen and everything. And I hear one of them go, Sheila, I'm getting like 8.5 here. And the other one's like, 8.5, are you sure? And she's like, well, no, because I've never even seen 8.5. And the other one's like, well, 8.5 is very rare, but it does happen. So I start freaking out because you don't want to be rare. So I'm like, excuse me, what's 8.5? And they go, oh, don't worry, 8.5 is just on a scale of 1 to 10. How disgusting you look with no top on. That's it for me, you've been lovely, cheers.
Okay, so